from Glenda's Creative Place, and I am here today to show you, and I'm really late showing you guys this, but I want to show this to you because I forgot that this was going away at the end of January, and this kit is just a beautiful home decor piece. Whoa, sorry. Home decor piece, and I want to make sure that you guys see it. I don't know what's happening. You guys, pardon me, because this is the first time I'm using this type of streaming service today. So pardon me if I get a little wonky and my cameras don't seem to want me doing what I want them to do. Like, I thought you should be looking at my face, but apparently you're only looking at my hands. So what you gonna do? You're gonna roll with it. And frankly, this is the only important piece of this. You don't need to see my face anywhere. Welcome any live viewers, and welcome to any replay viewers. It is January 2019, and as I said, first I'm going to apologize because this is very late of me getting this out to you, but a lot of you who are my regular peoples know that I have been a very sick girl and have been hospitalized and almost died and have had 2 surgeries in the last few months, yada yada yada. But I'm trying really hard to get better, and it's just taking me a while to get stuff done. I'm not quite as go as I usually am. So enough of that spiel. I want you to see this kit. Now here's the disclaimer. I have not even looked at the directions for this kit, and I'm not going to torture you to make you watch me do the whole thing unless some of you really want that. But what I'm really planning to do is to show you the highlights of it and to show you the main things you need to do to put it together, number 1, and number 2, to make it look, you know, as best you can. All right, first I'm looking for adhesive. This is one of close to my heart's amazing cut apart kit things, which means you, yes you, don't really need anything except some adhesive. And for this, I recommend, for a good share of this, I recommend liquid glass. This is an amazing adhesive by close to my heart, and when it sticks, it is stuck, and I mean it is stuck in a serious way. So had best be prepared for that. Okay, so we're going to use this a couple different ways. We're going to use it to stick things together, and I'll show you that. But the other thing we're going to use it for is to create some amazing effects, and a lot of people don't know about that. Now, here's another little disclaimer. You see the top of this? Let me show you what it looks like. And you know what? I should have had this out first. Let me grab this so you can see what it looks like in a package. The top is not what it comes with. The top, whoa, hello. Ooh, now you get to see my messy desk. Yikes, not a good plan. Okay, let me see if I can get back to where it was. There we go. All right. This is what I've been buying these tops for years, and I give kudos to Jennifer McGuire years ago for showing these. It is by a company called Scrap Perfect, no clog writing cap, and this is the medium. They have different sizes, the medium size. And what is so cool, the problem with these adhesives that are so mighty is they can get stuck. And here's a bad thing that happened, and I can tell you right now, I'm lucky. If you leave it on its side, even with this good thing, it can get stuck. But what happens is when you put it away, first off, you just pop the top off that it comes with from Close to My Heart. It just pops right off. And then you just screw it on here. And then when you're all done, wipe the tip off. And also make sure that this tip is clean. And let me see if I can get close enough for this. This is a miracle thing, you guys. it goes in there like this top silver thing on the blue part. That's the female part, and there's a male part right here. Oh, I tell you, I need my eyes examined really bad, said the girl who owns an optical store. You can tell that I've not been taking great care of myself in other matters. So you just do that, and it'll push down in there, and what it allows for is this number one, very thin thing to come out, stream of glue, number one. And number two, what it allows is also, when you put it away, it doesn't clog up like they usually do. And you know what? I didn't get any paper towels out yet, which is a serious boo-boo. Because if anybody knows me from crafting, I hate liquid glue. Truthfully, I hate it. There are times that you use it, and you have to sometimes. But I despise liquid glue because I don't know why. It despises me, and it always gets a mess when I'm doing things. And that's why I always make sure I have paper towels over here with me, because I can predict that there will be a mess. Well, I'm looking for my regular tape runner. Don't see it. Oh well. We shall continue. Anyway, you want some good liquid adhesive. And the reason you want liquid adhesive is because it holds much better than like a tape runner. And usually the one I have is blue. I don't know where it went. Who knows? My desk looks like a tornado. Well, you guys got a glimpse of it at the beginning, but that's only part of it. Hoo-hoo! You are lucky you are not seeing the rest. Okay, so here is the cover, as you saw on the thumbnail. And then, open it up. And these are just suggested ways that you can use it. Here's the first page. And Close to My Heart also sells these chipboard letters. And I completely forgot to order mine. So I'm not going to be able to put my whole thing together yet until I get it. Because I'm going to put a K up here, because our last name is Canuti. And then I'm going to put, I think, family down here. And I might put home below it, but I'm not sure. And obviously, Canuti is not something you're going to find on a sticker. I'm going to use my Cricut, and I'm going to create a name for our name, and I'm going to cut it out and put it on, and I'm going to try and find one similar to the lettering that these come with. These kits come with the title Home and the title Love, and you can see over here how some of those have been used. You see the Home, that was kind of a cute idea. And then over here, the Love with the family photo. That'd be a great idea. And just put repositionable adhesive behind, and then you would be able to change the picture out whenever you wanted. Okay, so let's get down to brass tacks here. These are the assembly instructions. The first thing they tell you to do is to remove the die cuts. And you know, I just don't have much room on this desk anymore because I decided to put my Cricut over my pink and white maker, Cricut maker over here, so she'd be right next to me because I love her so much. I know, you're not supposed to love an inanimate object, but I do. I love her. And then I wanted my Empress manual. Well, it's not manual. It's automatic and electric, but it's the Anna Griffin Empress, which is a die cutting and embossing machine, like the Cricut, but it's or like the Cuttlebug, excuse me, but it's automatic. So I wanted that over here. So in order to maximize the room, I bought a drawer unit. Let me see if you can see this mess over here. Oh, I better not. It's gonna screw up everything. All right, I better stick to what I'm supposed to do. Okay, the first thing, any of our cut apart kits are very easy to use. You don't have to have any kind of scrapbooking experience, quite truthfully. So what you want to do with these is you want to punch them out. See? They just punch out like I don't know how old some of you are, but if you remember the old paper dolls when you were a little girl, they would punch out. These do the same thing. And then, wow, Close to My Heart has been cool enough. Wow, I didn't even realize that. And I told you, I have not opened this kit. This is it. I'm opening it with you because I want it to be real life. They have already got a score line inside made for you. So you want to fold it on the score line to give it some dimension. And the other thing they've done, oh my God, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me see. Can you see? This has veins already on it. Hello. Gorgeous. Okay, so you want to punch everything out. And what I like to do when I'm doing these kits is I will often get a little small, cheap baggie. And I will go ahead and I shall just put everything together. Like I'll put all the leaves. I'll put all the small, like all the flowers, things like that together, all in the little bag. So when it's time to use them, I can use them. Okay. All right. So what I want you guys to do when you get this kit, and you have to order it before the end of January. I don't think I said that. They are available until the end of January, which is why I apologized up front for being so late. Or until supplies last. And let me tell you, that's a dangerous word close to my heart, because stuff that's really awesome, they seem to disappear. And the other thing I wanted to tell you really quickly is if you order these in more than one increment, they get cheaper. And I want you to think about this. These are great gifts for somebody moving into a new home, or somebody who is just loves this kind of stuff but doesn't want to do it themselves. So if you buy one, it's $29.95. If you buy two, it goes down 15% off to $24.95. And if you buy three or more, it's 30% off. So it is one good deal. And they make amazing gifts. So let me get back to the screen that I really need. There I am. Okay, so, and I'm sorry about this thing in the corner. I'm trying to turn it off, but it just won't go. And I don't know why. In fact, I think I'm going to just delete it, because I think that's part of the feature of this streaming service that I'm using, and it is supposed to let you put people from Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, whatever, all on the same comment board. That might be a little dangerous. Okay, so let me show you something. I'm going to start with the leaves, and I'm going to start with this little dinky one. Okay, I had a paintbrush. There it is. Okay. There are lots of things you can use to make these leaves prettier. My favorite thing, if anybody knows me at all, is a shimmer brush. And I'm looking for my clear shimmer brush. The problem is, oh, there it is. I was going to say, it's probably right here because I use it all the time. Here's one thing you could do to jazz it up a little. And before you use your shimmer brush, after it's been opened, I want you to remember to please shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Okay. Sorry about that. Sometimes I just break into song and I cannot help it. Happy to be alive right now. And then give it a little squeeze, but make sure you're over some scratch paper when you do it, okay? There you go. Because it's going to come out fast. And then you're going to have, woo! Sure, I'm throwing it all over my lap and my chair, everything. Wow. I was going to tell you, wipe it off a little bit, like onto your scrap paper, like I'm doing here. And then use that. Otherwise, you get a big blob of it, and it's not attractive in a blob, in my humble opinion. I like it real lightly. See, this is too blobby for me right now. I'm trying to be fast so that you guys, this video is not like an hour or two, which I've been known to do. Okay. So you want to get some shimmer brush on it, and like I said, and here you go again. keep some paper towels if it gets too blobby for you. It's probably not really even a word, but I'm making it an official crafting word today. If it gets too blobby, wipe it off on some paper towels, set it aside to dry for a second. I don't like to work with things right off the bat after I've shimmered them. Okay, now hold on. Oh, I was going to say, what did I do with the rest of the leaves? Okay, now would help if I sat up to my chair, huh? Okay, here's another. I'm so impressed that I don't have to go through and score all these. Thank you, close to my heart. Okay, now here's another use for your liquid glass. Another reason, though, even though I don't like liquid adhesive, I tolerate and love, actually sometimes I love, this liquid glass because of this. And another feature I'm going to show you. Okay, that's not very much. Just put a little at a time, because trust me on this, Lord, I can tell you from experience, a little bit of this stuff goes a long way. Now, what this is going to do different than what the shimmer brush does is this is just going to have a sheen. You know how sometimes when you see some leaves, especially on tropicals, and you don't even think they're real because they have such a beautiful sheen on them? Well, that's what liquid glass does. It's really pretty when you spread it out with a paintbrush. And by the way, I would not use a great paintbrush. And when you're done, immediately, and I mean immediately, wash your paintbrush, soap and water, quick, because otherwise the stuff will harden it and it'll be pretty much unusable. But if you clean it right away, you're fine. Now, I'm using one from the dollar store today. Yes, I am, because I know I'm not going to go out to the kitchen right now. When I'm done with talking with you guys right here, I'm not going to go out to the kitchen. So I would let it sit, and I like to put it on the back too. And how you accomplish this without a total mess is have a craft sheet. I have a little dinky one here. This is not my regular close to my heart one. I think it's underneath. Yeah, there it is. That's my fave. But it's under there, so I'm going to use this little dinky one. That's a great size for cards, by the way. Okay. There you go. And I would keep it on a craft sheet, because then you can turn it over and it won't stick. All right, so here we go. Boom, boom. There we go. Just a little. Not a whole lot. Well, and by the way, if you want a whole lot, go for it. It's your kit. There you go. Your kit, your kit. There we go. Okay. All right. So now I have it is minimal. And be careful with your brush strokes, by the way, because they probably will show. So kind of keep them looking natural. Okay, this one is already dry on the top. I'm impressed. And in fact, I didn't put very much on, so there's only barely a sheen. Okay, you guys who know me know that's not going to fly. I have to have a little more than that, which is why I shimmer brush everything. Hey, I don't know if all of you know, but Close to My Heart has a whole bunch of different colors of shimmer brushes now. We obviously have the clear, which is my heart and soul favorite. I use it, like I said, pretty much on everything. And we have gold, which we had before. We also have mint, which is a seafoam mint green. Oh my God, it's so pretty. And we also have, what else? I'm forgetting. Hold on. Let me get into the drawer. Do you think I like shimmer brushes? Okay, yeah, we have the pink, or no, this is sugar plum. Ooh, this is such a pretty color. That's our new color of the year. And there's the mint. Ooh la la, so pretty. Red and black. That's the one I was forgetting, was the black. And as you can see, I always have extra of the clears because I refuse to be out of them. So there's that. So I'm just trying right now to teach you how to do some things to step it up. You don't have to do any of this. You can just take this kit apart and do it exactly how the directions show you. Or you can step it up a bit. Okay. So this thing has rose gold accents in it, which are drop dead beautiful. Then the flowers, I can already tell you, I'm going to be doing some shimmer brushing on the flowers. There's no getting around it. Oh, I know what I forgot to tell you guys. Hold on. I completely forgot. All right. The other thing, and the only problem with this is it's not going to, oh God, look at that. Look at that shimmer brush. Can you see it in the light? Oh, I hope so. Oh, I'm shadowy. Hold on. What is going on with my shadows? It's too bright right now outside because I faced the beach, and so the sun is down partway in the sky right now, and it's like bright in this room, so I had to close the blinds. Let me see. Can you see? There you go. And that was being a little bit more blobby than I like. So pretty. But here's another thing you can do with liquid glass. We won't see the final result, unfortunately, because it has to sit and dry a little bit. But let me just show you this. Hold on. And I'll do it on this one leaf I've already done. Okay. Put dots of liquid glass, and they look like dewdrops in the morning. It dries, it's epoxy is how it dries. So they will dry just like a tiny dewdrop. And if you can see, let me see, can you see? Oh, that kills me. Maybe you can't see. Hold on. Let me see with this stupid light. What can I do? Okay, Mr. Light, do your thing. Hold on, let me mess with this one. Nope, that's even worse. Oh, hold on. I don't know if you can see those tiny little dots. Let me put one more up on the top here. Maybe that'll help us. They are going to dry just like this if you leave it alone. There, you can see them now. See those itty bitty? You can do them bigger too, but if you leave this thing alone for it to dry, which will take a few hours, by the way, so we aren't going to see it today. When I used to do a lot of things using epoxy, I used to just let them, I would do them at night, and then I would lay them all out across my craft desk, and I would go to sleep. Okay, so back to the kit. Here's some of them. Now, these are accents. There are accents for the inside of the large flowers, like the stamens, and then these are for the small flowers. Oh, how pretty. And then you've got your flower die cuts, and those will just punch out. Let's put, and by the way, I'm terribly mad about my light in here today. Well, and these are so light. Let's see. Can you guys by chance read? This whole block here says large flower 1. This says medium flower 4, large, let's see, this is large flower 2, medium flower 1, medium flower 2, 3, and 4. What I do with these, and if anybody knows me also, you know how much I despise, hate, would rather have a beat down, frankly, than have to fussy cut anything. I've had a terrible hand injury a couple years ago, lost the use of my crafting right hand, and I'm a total righty, for quite a while, had surgery, got about 50% of it back. But let me tell you something, even before, I hate to fussy cut, and I don't know why, I just always have. Hate it. And fussy cut is where you would, go around and cut things out by scissors. So, even though this isn't technically called fussy cutting, because you'd be cutting on the lines, I would rather have a beat down and cut anything with scissors, because I'm not good, and it hurts my hand, by the way. So what I do is I line them up as best as can be. I should have started on this end, and that's the large flowers. And then I'm cognizant of where they turn around so I don't cut anything. Yeah, that's good enough there. And then I'll cut that little part in the middle. I know. You guys are probably like, why don't you just get your stupid scissors and cut them, Glenda? I know I should. You guys are right. But I'm not. All right. There we go. Okay, so actually I will grab my, I have a brand new pair of scissors. I have had the same pair of Close to My Heart scissors for I think 6 years, and they're still perfectly good. But I was doing the unthinkable, and I used them for paper and for ribbon, and for fabric, and you're really not. You should never mix paper with fabric and ribbon. Fabric and ribbon should be together. So here's what I'm doing, and this is what I always do on these kits. I cut out each section and either stack each one up on part of your desk, and you can cut this little thing out that says large flower 1 and put it there with it, or because I'm bound to lose something, honest to goodness guys, I'm telling you. So I typically put them in these little tiny zippy bags. The tiniest that will fit, that they'll fit in, is what I do. Okay, so let's do this flower together. And let's see, what did I do with that? Ah, there it is. There's another thing I'm going to show you about stepping things up. Or you don't have to. This kit is beautiful, just like it is. And by the way, I don't know anybody who has put this kit together yet that has used all the elements. So the good news is you're going to have more stuff left over for another project. And that is happy news to me. Close to My Heart is possibly one of the most generous companies I've ever seen in my life. Their latest thing that they did that we are all so happy about is, let me get them out. They came out with die cut, a little set of die cuts for cutting out your own shaker cards, which is so easy. And then they came out with this little combo platter called Shaker Window, Foam, and Acetate. And you get the acetate, and by the way, if you ever get these, know that there's one film on there to keep the acetate from getting scratched off, so make sure you get that off first. But it's great that they did that. And then these bad boys. All a shaker card uses is this little dinky ring. Do you see it on the outside? So when you use it for your shaker card, instead of having a bunch of waste, look what they did. They cut them up in all of these little squares, and some of them on the corners are triangles. I have not bought foam tape since these came out, and it's just an example of why a lot of people say, well, why do you love Close to My Heart so much? It's like because they think like crafters, because they are crafters. So I like that. They're very careful with our budget. There's a great way to describe them. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the other parts of this kit before we go any further. There are 2 frame colors. This is what I'm using in my house. It's like the beech driftwood or light birch wood, or dark, whatever you like, whatever works for you. And then there's those 2 that I showed you, Home and Love. Look at the size of them. Not dinky at all. Then, hold on, there's a great big heavy duty, and I mean heavy, you hear it, piece of huge chipboard for the back that has the holes in it for hanging. I don't know if you can see, there's one. And then there's the inside frame, and you attach your outer frame to it. So I wanted to make sure I didn't forget to tell you that, because it's pretty amazing. Then on top of it all, behind it, or I should say behind all the elements before you get to all that, this is one of my favorite pieces of paper that Close to My Heart has ever created. And if I could buy 100 of them by themselves, I would. You can put it in any way you want. It's like, you know, distressed shipyard or whatever you want to call it, whitewashed, and that's how you build on top of it. And you can see from these examples, see, they're using it going sideways. But whatever strikes your fancy, you can put it whatever way you want. You see, on this one, they've used it with the vertical. Okay, so let me move these out of the way. And let's put together a flower so you can see some of the other things I want to talk about to step it up a little. Okay, so first, just like any cut apart kit, and when Close to My Heart says cut apart, they mean we've done the cut apart. You don't have to. All you have to do is punch it out. So you don't have to be a scrapbooker. You don't have to have a big paper trimmer. In fact, like I said, you just need some adhesive, and that's about the size of it. Some of our kits you'll want like a pen to journal with. Now, just like any kind of thing that you punch out, sometimes they have those little white nibby nubby things that had it stuck in there. I just use my fingernail and I give them a little whirl and they go away. So I just wanted to show you that. And trust me, in the end, it is not going to matter. Okay, so first and foremost, I would shimmer these. Oh, I must be really heavy-handed today. But that's what the good thing is about having a paper towel right next to you. That's what you want. You always want a paper towel next to you whenever you're doing anything messy like that. And again, do you see I'm using this piece of craft sheet. This is a craft sheet. I have them everywhere. And this is a part of a really old one that I cut apart. I think it's Close to My Heart, but it's I parsoned it out. Parceled it? Hello, Glenda. Parceled it? I think that's what the word I'm trying to get. Somebody help me here if that's not right. Okay, so just because I have to, you guys, I cannot help myself. Now, if you don't know me, I am the mother of 3 now grown sons, and I came out of a family of all girls, and there was so much brouhaha and activity and loudness and not a lot of glitter, can I say. So on top of it all, so far, and I say so far because I'm waiting on the young ones to get to business, but our youngest son and his wife got married last year. They've only been married a little over a year, so I don't want to rush them. But hoping they'll start a family one of these days soon. All I've got are boys because our oldest son has our only grandchildren, and guess what? 2 boys, and they're done. They say they're locked up tight and finished with having children. And so no hope for a little girl coming out of there. But we're pressuring the young ones to think X chromosomes, X chromosomes, X chromosomes, which is very unfair because obviously I adore my grandsons and I would not adore them any more or any less if they were a girl. But I want to go buy some little dress with lace on it and the little panties with the little ruffles on the fanny. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking forward to. And glittering. So, okay, I want to show you another trick. And I should have done this on, I should have shimmer brushed these if I had a brain, Glenda. Should have done it earlier, but I didn't because I wanted this to be a real life, hey, we're doing this together kind of thing. But I'm going to do it now. Now, I happen to be, I bought this, I don't even know how long ago, a zillion years ago. If you ever see it, grab it. I couldn't tell you where to find it. McGill is the company, Paper Blossoms is the title, and it says craft molding mat, and they are not kidding. You can do this with a squishy, spongy kind of mat and the end of an embossing tool, a dry embossing tool. And dry embossing tools, if you can see the small ends up here, those will typically, like that's a real common size you'll see. But this bad boy has the 3 big nubby things on the end. And here is what you want to do. If you get an dry embossing tool, I mean, I've got some in the drawer over here from I don't know how long ago. Of course, I can't put my hand on one right now because my drawers look like a tornado went through them. Trust me, I swear on a holy Bible, if I had one in front of me, that there are some in there. So you take the end, the biggest end one you have, because a lot of them have a lot of regular dry embossing tools like this have 2 sizes, one bigger one and one smaller one. Take the biggest one you've got, get something spongy, and watch. Can you see what's happening? Don't go overboard, but look. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so there's one way to step it up. All right, so we're going to do this, and I like to do it before I put them together. I don't know about anybody else, but I do. Okay, ready? Now, if I was not doing this with y'all, you know what I would have done? I would have shimmer brushed all of my flowers and my leaves, and on the first side, the inside, and then let them dry, laid them out on a big craft sheet, and then I would have come back and put some on the bottoms, and then I would have done this. But obviously we're not going to spend the night sitting here going through it all. So this is what we're doing right now. Now here is another great thing you can do to step it up if you want. And like I said, I mean, look at all these. They're not so stepped up. Some of them are, but some of them are not. Take a bone folder. This is my close to my heart bone folder, and I could not possibly live without it. Now, here's my caution. I am and always have been heavy-handed. Even after the stupid hand injury, I'm still heavy-handed. I would hold this in the middle, and the petal that you're working on, put your thumb up a little further, and then lightly, ready, just curl it up a little, and it will do it for you. You don't have to do a lot. I mean, this is such simple stuff, you guys, that can make things look so much cooler and, most importantly, more realistic when you hang it on your wall. Okay, there's that one. And some people like do it gradually, like they'll barely do the biggest petal, and then they'll do the next petal a little more, and then the inside petal really tight. I think it depends on the mood that you're in. I've done it every which way. But do you see that? That is just with a silly little bone folder. And you can find bone folders on my Close to My Heart website. My shopping site is Glenda's Creative Place. And that's pretty much who I am everywhere. So it's Glenda's Creative Place .closetomyheart.com. And if I was fancy, I'd have something flying across the screen right now, but I don't. So, all right, here's the next thing. Here comes liquid glass, okay? I am going to take these flowers, and I like to stagger them. It's a personal preference. What do you like? I like them like that. I don't like them like lined up. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to put a couple of drops of liquid glass in here. You don't need a lot, frankly. Trust me, this stuff is serious adhesive, and you don't want to put it on something that you don't want to have stuck together. Let me just say that. Okay, now the other thing is, the good part, I know I don't like liquid glue, but the good thing about it is it gives you a tiny bit of wiggle room. If this was a tape runner right now, well, I can tell you that we would have a mess, because I probably would not be able to move it unless it was a non-permanent one. Okay, so as best as you can, figure out to get them in the center. Am I even in the frame? I hope so. I hope I'm not hiding everything with my arm here, guys. This whole setup is brand new for me, and it's kind of a mess. Okay, Glenda. Oh, thank goodness. I'm looking for my handy dandy paper towel because that was too much. And I know it was too much. And you guys, I am so sorry about that stupid thing in the corner. Even I deleted it, and it is still there. That is a wild thing. Oh, well. Oh, you know what? Hold on. You guys, give me 2 seconds. What am I going to do? How am I going to do that? No, I'm not. Never mind. I might mess everything up. I better not. Okay, so I just have a much smaller amount of liquid glass because I dabbed it off. And now I'm going to attempt to get the littlest part of the flower as centered as possible. Hey, it's a flower. It's nature. So it's not perfect. And guess what? It does not have to be perfect. Okay? The next thing I'm going to go find is on this sheet with all the beautiful, oh, I love rose gold. I love rose gold. Can I say it again? I love rose gold. Okay, these are the large flower centers, and that's where I'm after right now. I want one of those, and be careful with these because Close to My Heart does a great job packaging this stuff, and they have to be careful to make sure that all the stuff doesn't come out before the kit gets to you and in your hands. But that means something like this with the little stamens might be a little bit tougher to get out, but you just have to be patient. It's not difficult, but for me, a person who has almost no patience whatsoever, yeah, just ask my poor husband of almost 40 years, I'm not a patient person. That is enough for me. I have to be careful. Otherwise, I would tear these out. Okay, now are you seeing this? I hope you guys are seeing this. I'm just rubbing it with the end of this. And sometimes it also helps if you rub a little wax paper or a dryer sheet, a new dryer sheet on the end of these, because that makes them a little slipperier. Kind of the same principle that, you know, when you go down a slide with your kids in the park, they're not generally too slippery. But if you take a little piece of wax paper and put it under your fanny, and you go down the slide, scoot down it with the wax paper, then suddenly kids are flying off the handle going down there. So, all right, now I put a drop of liquid glass in there, and I have my finger in here because I want to make sure that it is stuck. I'm not going to let go of it until I'm really sure that it's stuck. Okay, now one other thing that I might do is I might go and put some a gold sequin in the middle of this, right in that center part. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. I've got to wait to get my big chipboard K for our last name back from Close to My Heart. I completely forgot to grab it. And they're really nice pieces, by the way, the chipboard. I used one on another project that I gave away, and I was shocked at the quality. I don't know why. I don't know why I was shocked about the quality, because Close to My Heart they are a quality company. And if anybody knows my history, I used to have my own online scrapbooking store, and I had to give it up for health reasons. But even when I had it, for about a year or two before I closed it up, I was actually buying Close to My Heart products from a friend of mine who was a Close to My Heart consultant at full price. Now understand, because I owned a scrapbooking store, I could buy from all the big manufacturers, Ranger, We Are Memory Keepers, you name it, at what is considered the industry standard if you are a real true business with a business license, etc. And that means 50% off. But I fell in love so hard with a whole bunch of Close to My Heart products that I was still buying them from my friend at full price. And then when my health made everything stop, once I came back, I knew I could never be that same girl who was running amok and shipping things to Canada and to Australia and God knows where else. And I just wasn't going to be able to do it. There was no way. But I really still enjoyed and missed the process of helping people. So I then decided to join close to my heart as an independent consultant. And I have never been so happy with the decision that I made. They're such a great company. I just love them. And that's my spiel. Okay, so obviously I don't have everything put together yet, but when you're putting your leaves on, and this one needs a big fat leaf. Let me see how this bad boy is doing over here. I don't want to screw up all the little dots on it, but this would be the size that I would probably put on this right here. I hope you guys can see that. And let's see, let me just test it and see how long will it take for this to dry still. Oh yeah, they're not dry. I don't even need to touch it and mess it up. That's such a Glenda thing, to doubt myself, but I don't need to. So there's that. And then you've got these also, and let me show you some pictures in here of how people have used them. They've been used all different ways, but they're like berries, these here. And so if you look at this right here, you can see that they're just tucked in among the leaves and the flowers. And this one too. Let's see. Let me make sure it's close enough so you get. There you go. Is that better? The same up here. They only have a few. This one has a few more. And this person here must have a boatload of supplies left over. The one that's up here at the top in front of the Eiffel Tower. Because I only see 4 flowers. Oh goodness. I bet she's having a lot of fun with all her extras. And that's something I always suggest. You've got extras. Don't just pack them away. The best practice, ladies, is to try to find another project to use them on, whether it's scrapbook page and you say, Glenda, how can I use it with that? Sticking up like that. Well, you don't have to get that nutty. You don't have to get that dimensional. You can still make one and make it so it's not so big. Okay? Let's see. Here, let's take a medium and I'll just take out part of it. Okay. So that's a medium. You could just bend a little bit with your fingers like that, or you could use a pencil. I like the bone folder myself, but you could use the body of a pencil, and you can still, 1, 2, 3, you could put that easily inside a scrapbook in a page protector. No worries. So don't doubt yourself. Do what makes you happy, and if you're just brand new, this is a great way to test the waters to see if you really have got any ability to craft. And by that I mean anybody can do this. You could give this kit to, for example, a teenager, and they would have a blast. And that doesn't mean they're crafty. It means they can follow the directions, because the other thing about close to my heart, the nickname of the company is, we are the Let Us Show You How company. And that's the other reason that I love them, because I love nothing more than being here with all of you and doing all of this. I love to help people. So if you run across this tutorial and you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments, or you can always try to get a hold of me at Glenda's Creative Place, and I will try to get back to you. I have my YouTube channel, Glenda's Creative Place. So it's youtube.com/Glenda's Creative Place. I have my Facebook page, which is facebook.com, and I think it's just Glenda's Creative Place. Or if you're not sure, go in and stick it in the search on search bar in Facebook, and that'll tell you. And I'm hoping that this recording is even going up on Twitch. Today is the first time with this new streaming setup that I'm using that I can send it supposedly to all three of those at the same time. So we'll see. It's an adventure for me, y'all. I am so happy that you came along on this journey with me. I love this. I love helping people. I love showing people how to do things and how to make their life more beautiful. The other thing about crafting, and I've talked a lot about this, if you've ever been over on my Facebook page, my business page, Glenda's Creative Place on Facebook, a year or two ago, I did a big series about how crafting helps you if you're ill, if you're in pain, if you're depressed, if you have anxiety, and many other things. It has been proven that crafting lets out the good endorphins in your brain that help you with everything I just said. Plus, it helps your brain from aging. So with this huge onslaught of, it seems like almost everybody I know who has a relative or a spouse or somebody that has dementia or Alzheimer's, you want to try and do everything you can to protect yourself from that. And my mom, who was always the smartest person in the room, I mean terrifyingly brilliant, she is in the early stages. She's forgetting things, which is really sad, because let me tell you, you could ask her like what outfit pretty much she had on a certain day in 1972, and she might have been able to tell you. I mean, it's terrifying, and it's really sad to see. So, and her sister has been in full-blown Alzheimer's for many years, and so I know that it is possible for that to happen to me. And I can also tell you that since this last go around over the last several months, when I've been so sick and had 2 surgeries, I am having a little bit of short-term memory problems myself. So crafting, it's proven to help you with all these things. There's a big article that I used to tout out in this huge notebook of all this research that I did. There was an article by CNN, it was a report by CNN that showed that when you craft, you release these good endorphins that help you. It helps with pain because it does what, if anybody here has ever had what they call a runner's high, which you feel like invincible, crafting can do that for you. It releases those same endorphins, and it does a lot of other things that give you confidence. The other thing is, when you make something, and this is one flower, that's all we've done so far besides the leaves. Hello, how beauteous is this? When you make things, it makes you feel good. Whether you're going to give them away or whether you're going to keep them. Now, I can tell you, for Christmas this year, I was not in great shape, but I made shirts for my grandsons. I made earrings for both of my daughter-in-laws, and I love to make things and give them away. And I love when people go, "You made that?" And it's like, darn tootin' I did. Which is another thing I always tell you guys, be sure to sign your work. If it's a card, that's easy, you just put it on the back. There's even stamps and things you can get that are already ready for you to put your signature. I have one that I had made a long time ago. Or anything else, just claim your work. Claim it. You did it. be proud of it. And trust me when I tell you, it gives you joy, and it's very relaxing. It's very zen to craft. If you've never tried it, this kit is a perfect thing. The link for this is down in the description. But if you ever just want to shop on my Close to My Heart site, which I hope you do, we have the best papers. And I'm going to give a plug right now. Our papers are to die for. And here's why. Our papers, our company has a partnership with Cricut, the ones who make our gorgeous Cricut makers, explorers, etc. We have proprietary Cricut cartridges that are made just for us at Close to My Heart and are only available from a Close to My Heart person. So because of that, our papers are meant to be used in the the Cricut machines. So they cut like butter. I mean butter, butter, baby. They cut like butter. The cardstock and the patterned papers, or Close to My Heart has always called them background and texture paper, or a lot of times people forget that customers don't know the acronyms and they'll say B and T, but they are amazing. And the other thing that's great about our cardstock is it's two-toned. So let me see, let me find one. Hold on, let me grab you the sugar plum. Oh, I love this paper color. I'm a pink girl, but this is not pink, but I still love it. Okay, let me move this flower and put this on black. I don't know with my lighting if you're going to be able to see. That is one color of sugar plum. Do you see the difference? Hold on, let me do it this way. Watch. And by the way, this does a lot of fun things when you want to fold paper and things like that on scrapbook pages. That's a lot of fun. It's two different colors of the same, it's two different shades, pardon me. It's two different shades of the exact same paper. So you're getting a twofer every time you use our cardstock. You can use either or. And I love that. And again, here it is. It's Close to My Heart, stretching our dollar. And I think it's because they have such a fundamental understanding that as crafters, we're a little bit, how can I say it, frugal. We love a deal. And that's, again, why I love them so much. They do things like this. All right, I'm going to sign off now. Again, any live viewers that have been here, I haven't been able to see the comments at all, and I apologize if somebody's here live. And replay viewers, I appreciate you so much as well. And if there's ever anything I can do to help, if you're ever having craft issues and you need advice about something or need some help, I'm also a very experienced Cricut user. There's my, can I do this without messing everything up? If I scoot over there, there's my Beauteous Pink maker. I love her so much. She's so pretty. Love her, love her, love her. I'm a very experienced, let me see, here you go. You can see her now, along with all my mess under here. Woohoo! You know what? If your craft desk is clean, you're not really crafting. That's how I feel about it. Here's my pretty pink and white maker. I love her. And if you need help trying to figure your maker out, let me know. I'm happy to help you. And anything else crafting wise, don't hesitate to get a hold of me. I think probably the best way is by Facebook Messenger. Just go onto Facebook and message me on my Glenda's Creative Place business page. That's my business page. And you can message me and I'll be happy to help you. And I sure wish that I could have figured out why my camera won't show my face view. But you know what? the most important thing of all of this was the fact that it showed the desk, or what I call the tutorial view, because that's what I needed the most. So this is Glenda from Glenda's Creative Place, talking to all you crafters and crafter wannabes. Go out, have a crafty day, and make something beautiful for yourself or for a loved one. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.